Broadcasting from various countries around the world, this is VoIP Uncovered, a VoIP on Solutions UK podcast. I'm Kathleen Reed. Today we're interviewing Richard McGravie, CEO of Positron Telecom. Thank you for joining us, Richard.
Thank you.
So I wonder if you could tell me what makes a positron card different than those of the current market incumbents, such as those made by Sangoma and Digium, for example.
Well, I'd say it's pretty easy from the start. The biggest difference between all of us is that the positron solution is actually Asterisk on the card, or an Asterisk blade as we sometimes refer to it. So we actually take the whole idea of the Asterisk install, which is Asterisk, the Dandy or the Zap interface, and the Linux, and we combine it all and provide it on a single solution on a card. So we make it a lot easier and quicker for people to actually get to market. No more messy Asterisk installs. Just plug in the card.
So, Richard, can you tell me about this blade system that you're talking about and why this is very unique for this space?
Sure. I think one of the biggest points, because we put that Asterisk on the card itself, it gives us a lot of flexibility. The other thing we did early on in our design is we made the card install as an Ethernet adapter. So what does that mean and what advantages does that bring? Well, firstly, because it installs as an Ethernet adapter, you can install it in any operating system, DOS, VxWorks, Windows, Windows NT, anything you want. Secondly, is because they're installed as Ethernet adapters, we can immediately have a board-to-board communication method. And that board-to-board communication method can be board-to-board in the same PC, board-to-board in a different PC. It can be different flavors of boards. So where other companies are struggling to get that sort of capacity or redundancy because of their driver architecture, because they're using Zap or Woomera, we actually have a built-in functionality where you can use SIP to communicate to all our boards. So again, it adds redundancy. Saves you time. It's one protocol, not multiple protocols. So we have a big advantage just in pure architecture. That blade, it really becomes a standalone system.
Okay, that's a great answer, Richard. So I understand that from what you told me that Asterisk PBX can run on the card, and that seems like a really exciting development. But maybe you can tell us why the real world would want to use a card for this purpose.
A lot of the times, the world is very project-driven, especially around Asterisk. And what we find is that somebody wants to do something different. Whether it's a satellite company who wants to add Asterisk to their local equipment, we provide that standalone system. So for a lot of companies like who are OEMs and partners like Viata, Viata make an open source secure firewall and routing product, but their product only does that firewall part. It doesn't add any applications. We can take a PCI card to it, add it to their existing system, and now you have a secure routing firewall application that also supports a full PBX and voice functionality. So it's a lot of those things about saving people time and money as well. So if you're an integrator and you have to do multiple Asterisk installs, sure, it's easy at the start because you've spent the time, you understand how to install your other line card. But as soon as that system revs to a newer release, whether it's Asterisk 1.7, 1.8, whatever it goes to, you have to go back and retest and redesign and redo everything again. You never have to do that with our system. It's standalone, it's complete, it's done. You just install it and off it goes.
Sounds good. So who would be a typical customer for your products?
Hopefully everybody. We make it pretty simple to use. We've created our own GUIs, so we're hoping that the professional and the home user and the techie at home can we sell through companies like Positron so that end users can buy it. But we also look at it the fact of there's a whole reseller and integrator market, and I think the reseller market's changing and growing a little bit, and it's going from the traditional PBX guys to now to the people who are doing things like the cable pulling are going to install systems. So what you'll see from us is not just PBX systems that anybody can install, but also conference bridges and call center solutions. So we're really going to try and hit the broader reseller market where the voice and data is integrating. And also, we also see part of our market is that OEM channel where there's companies who are already making, again, Viata would be a good example of that, where people who are making complementary products to us but need to add the functionality of a PBX without having to deal with all the Asterisks and the Linux and stuff themselves. So we really see ourselves as sort of a standard distribution and reseller business and a little bit of OEM.
Great. So what do you think we might see from Positron next? Do you have any predictions for the future of the space?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I still feel that the voice over IP market is in its infancy. We're starting to see a lot of people move away from the Nortel type products, so we're just happy to see that as a general migration. Although being Canadian, we wish ex-Nortel products the best. But we ourselves see ourselves going to higher density because the blade system seems to really appeal to a lot of people, but there are a lot of voice integrators who really want that higher density. So we'll be coming out with a quad E1T1 board. Additionally, it's as you get into those higher densities, it's more on the voice processing. So we want to be able to deliver, a higher grade or high quality voice. We're going to do some support in the business application market. So our blades will actually be able to terminate T30 and T38 on board. So we get into the big fax part of the business. Also, we've populated with something so that on our higher systems that we're going to be able to support some of the video transcoding. Because, inevitably, video is the future. It's just a matter of when, if it's, 2 years or it's 5 years. But our systems will already be software upgradable to support all those features.
Okay, well, thank you for your time, Richard. That's been great. Richard McGravie is the CEO of Positron Telecom. This has been a VoIP Uncovered podcast brought to you by VoIP on Solutions.